So this just seemed to be, like I said, this whole thing with Will Smith, I think for the people that have their eyes really open and their antennas really up and seeing what's unfolding with Will Smith, you would truly understand what's going on towards him. And he's getting hit from every direction. But my point was proving what I've been saying for the longest. Have people now forgotten that Will Smith apologized to Chris Rock? And see, this is what I'm saying. Nobody wants to talk about how Will Smith has apologized to Chris Rock. But yet people are still focused on what actually happened. And like I said before, Chris Rock's brother Tony Rock talking all greasy at shows and everything. I mean, if you was really gonna do something, you wouldn't be using you wouldn't be using what happened as a skit. Because if you got hands, you got hands, man. Which me myself, I don't believe he gonna do nothing when he see see Will Smith. And I understand that's your brother, but you have to understand that's his wife, whether we like Jada Pinkett or not. And I am going on record. I've said this before. I'm not a big fan of Jada Pinkett. I've criticized her before of being fake and being a hypocrite. And my assessment is, like I said, I can't tell Will Smith what to do. But if that was me, I would really say, you know what? I can't do this anymore. This marriage is just it's just too much. Whether we like it or not, Jada Pinkett has went out of her way to humiliate Will Smith and emasculate him, and he sat up there and had to take it. And then this whole thing with Chris Rock being treated like he's some battered woman is just absurd. But at the end of the day, Will Smith is seeing that he really don't got no friends and that a lot of people were jealous of him and praying for his downfall. He is no longer the acceptable Negro. Now, I like what Denzel Washington said concerning the situation. I like what Herbie Hancock said concerning the situation. And that's how we should be as a community. At the end of the day, I'm tired of people sitting up here, especially with this notion about we need to learn how to take a joke. I don't have to take a joke if I don't want to. Once again, just because you are a comedian, you don't get to say whatever you want to say. There is no such thing as comedic immunity. I'm so hearing that stuff. And I've been hearing a lot of hypocrisy from everybody opening their mouth, from Zoe Kravitz to Joe Rogan to Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey, I blew his ass out the water yesterday. And like I told you, I'm still coming for these people. All these people that then went after Will Smith. Kanye West, of all people, trying to talk greasy. You know who had the best reaction to the situation? Who seemed to be on code? The NBA players. Most of the NBA players have been on code. I'm so tired of people thinking that you got the free realm to say whatever you want to say. Oh, I'm a comedian. I get paid to talk to talk crap. I get paid to roast people. No, you get paid to make people laugh. And like I said, I understand joking. I understand that to the fullest. But man, this should be a life lesson for Will Smith. He's seeing he's seeing that he truly didn't have no friends. All these people that then turned their back on him for Chris Rock, a lousy nigga who sat up there which I got a solo video about Chris Rock. I got a solo video about Chris Rock, who got a history of demeaning and making fun of black people through subliminals. Because if anybody, I watched that movie Good Hair again, and I peeped it out where he was trying to make it look like he was trying to be informative about the hair business and in the hair industry. He was really making fun of black women. But then you got some black women sitting up here on his side, and it just goes to show you how screwed up some black women are. And this is why, to a certain degree, this is why some of y'all black women, y'all don't deserve to have a man especially defend your honor. Because a lot of times you think you can outman a black man because you've been conditioned to believe that, and you can't. Tony Rock ain't gonna do a damn thing. Okay? Just like Chris Rock didn't do a damn thing. And say what you want to say, Will Smith did it at a white event. And as far as him withdrawing from the Oscars, so damn what? But then what tripped me out is the slave mentality that a lot of black people have. The Mr. Cooper good white folk. Oh, you know what Will Smith did make us look all bad. No, it don't. When I hear black people say that sometimes, it comes across as you going out of your way for white approval. Now, I understand the odds are set against us, and I do understand that people judge us as a group instead of an individual, which I don't like. But at the same time, I'm not going to always buy into that. Like I said, the man already then apologized, but that ain't good enough. And then Tony Rock talking about he don't accept his apology. I bet you if a white person did that, oh, appreciate that. Hey, what's up, 7-8? I bet you if a white person apologized to Tony Rock, oh man, well, I forgive him. We have to move on, and as a group, we're going through a healing process. But everybody then turned their back on Will Smith. To me, unless you I'm gonna say some stuff, and this is just real talk. Unless you really been in a relationship and been married and all that kind of stuff, you ain't gonna understand. Now, we all agree. We all done talked about this. The brothers in the LDBC, I done talked about this with other people. At the end of the day, man, whether you like it or not, you got to defend your wife. Like I said, we all came to the conclusion that Jada don't deserve it. But at the end of the day, her last name on paper is still Smith. Like I said, Will Smith, I gave him some good advice. Will Smith, like I said, he got an open invitation, man. I know some people in Philly that know Will Smith. What's up, man? I know some. So at the end of the day, I got a lot of contacts in Philly, man, and I meant every word. If Will Smith want to come on my outlet, he want to talk to me, he want to talk to Tori, and he want to talk to 780, want to talk to some other people, man. No judgment, man. And I know he got to lay low, but man, what he should really be thinking about is how all these so-called black people turned their back on him. For Chris Rock, a man that made a movie making fun of black women, and he got a history of sneak dissing black people. When I say he got a history of doing this, he got a history of sneak dissing black people and making a mockery out of black people. But see, the thing is with Will Smith, now Will Smith, see, people wanted his spot. They wanted his spot. It's like T Grizzly say, people be praying for your downfall. And now people just overly enhancing this situation. Like I said, if Will Smith would have got up there and like broke Chris Rock's jaw or something, okay, we got a totally, we got a totally different situation. Oh yeah, I'm finna get to that too. Like I said before, that's why they like Chris Rock. Chris Rock sat up there in a room and let some white dude call him the N-word with the ER like any of it mean anything and didn't say nothing. Like I said, it took Jerry Steinfeld, a Jewish comedian, to say, hey man, I don't feel comfortable with you saying that. I don't feel comfortable with you saying that. Chris Rock sitting up there cheesing. When I saw that video, like I said this dude is a sucker. But he don't have no problem. He don't have no problem trying to humiliate somebody's wife. See, here's the thing. I want anybody that's listening to this video, go back, and it's on YouTube. Or you can Google the 2016 Oscars. He took a shot at Jada Pinkett before. He did this before. So like I said, he got a history. I swear, I promise you guys, anybody that is listening to this stream, and moderators, anybody come on here talking that stupid shit, get rid of them with the quickness. Anybody come on here talking that stupid shit, get rid of them. You got all these hypocrites that then came out of nowhere trying to talk greasy. You see I exposed Jim Carrey? See, Jim Carrey didn't think that video was gonna pop up with him like just grabbing Alicia Silverstone and kissing her, and she didn't even want that dude to kiss her. So now he tucked away. Then not to mention that he allegedly got a woman hooked on drugs. Got a woman hooked up on drugs, and then allegedly she OD'd using drugs that was his. And then, like I said, you just got people I'm talking about cooning it up. I'm talking about George Wallace to Ricky Smiley, talking about he should be in jail and all this kind of stuff. Like I said, man, he just slapped that dude. He just slapped him. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They making it look like Will Smith like picked Chris Rock up in the air and slammed him and stumped. Now if he had stumped him out and Chris Rock had to go to the hospital and all that kind of stuff, okay, that's a problem. Now we got a problem. Cause like you talked about bodily injury. Man, he just walked up there and slapped that dude. He just walked up there and slapped him. He just gave him a quick slap, and that's it. The thing that I'm more worried about, everybody that's watching this video, basically what's going on, what they trying to say, like what Black Dynamite said, what they really trying to say, hey man, if you a black man, you have to be able to take whatever we say to you, you just supposed to take it. We can say and do whatever we want to do to you, and there ain't supposed to be no backlash. Didn't I tell you don't come on here, bro? I already said that. I said in another video Will Smith was wrong. Don't come on my channel, bro, telling me what the fuck to say, dude. I'll run your did you not hear me? Hey, get rid of Bandman E. For real. Get rid of this dude, man. Get rid of him. I'm not your bro, bruh. And Chris Rock wasn't wrong. Anybody else? Yeah. Now anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody else want to try it? I just said at the beginning of the video that Chris Rock was apologized to by Will Smith. So Chris Rock wasn't wrong for how he always tries to humiliate black people. So he wasn't wrong when he let a white man sit up there and call him the N-word. But like I said, that's always been the mentality for black people, especially for black men. We just supposed to just sit up there and take it. Just because somebody tell jokes for a living. That don't make no kind of sense whatsoever. It sounds absurd. Oh, I'm a comedian, so I can say whatever I want to say to you. Like I said before, okay, so that means because Canelo is a professional boxer, Canelo could just walk anywhere he want to and just punch somebody because he feel like it, or or Crawford, or you know what I'm saying, Caleb Plant. Hey man, I'm finna punch you. Why? Because I'm a professional boxer. Man, I'm finna arrest you. Why? Because I'm a cop. Just because I want to. I'm a porn star. You have to have sex with me because I get paid to do that. That sounds absurd. For real. That sounds absurd. When you say, "Oh, well, I'm a comedian, we get paid, so we can say," no, you don't have the free will to say whatever you want to say. That's a load of crap. But like I said before, you're witnessing the emasculation of the black man. If I'm Will Smith, I wouldn't keep apologizing. This is the same stuff they did to Janet Jackson when that stuff with Justin Timberlake happened. And compared to what you see on TV now, on regular TV, you know what I'm saying? That was light. I mean, they just kept asking Janet Jackson apologized, and they just kept telling her to say she was sorry. Until the Grammy said, "Hey, Janet, could you come to the Grammys and say, I'm sorry." She said, "I already apologized." Then you got people talking about, well, Will Smith didn't apologize quick enough. First of all, you got to let stuff sink in. I mean, he apologized the next day. And see, that's the thing. Now you got white people and other people talking about when somebody supposed to apologize. It took Joe Rogan, over 10 years to apologize for being a racist white cracker, hunky McGee piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? But once again, that immediately got swept under the rug. So Will Smith made one mistake, and that's the end of him. So that's what I've been saying. This is why I do these videos. I've been saying that for the longest, since I've been doing these streams. The black man have to be perfect. The black man ain't allowed to make one mistake. And then, like I said, I don't know what, now, as far as white people go, I expect white people to be white people. To play holier than thou, be judgmental, and all that kind of stuff. But to see the amount of coonery that I've seen over the past few days with Will Smith, not only just with celebrities, but with even some of these people on YouTube. And like I said, Chris Rock is a grown 50-plus-year-old man. He tried to humiliate that lady. I promise you, he wouldn't have made that joke about no white woman. But like I say, we're unprotected. We're fair game. Is some of this our fault? Yeah, exactly. It is. Because we don't protect our culture and we don't protect each other. But everybody saw the opportunity. Well, man, maybe if I pile on Will Smith, man, maybe if I pile on Will Smith, I'm gonna get rewarded. I'm gonna get that hot plate of butter biscuits with extra syrup on it. Then you got, and then you got Stephen A. Smith being the super house nigga that he is. Oh man, that was some bullshit. You know, that make us all look bad. To who? To who? Who we look bad to? That shit ain't got no bearing on me. That ain't got nothing to do with me. That ain't got nothing to do with 7-8. That ain't got nothing to do with Goodfellas TV. That ain't got nothing to do with Torian. That ain't got nothing to do with Harvey. That ain't got nothing to do with the brothers in the LDBC. That ain't got nothing to do with the brothers that's not in the LDBC. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Make us look bad to who? To who? White people? What, non-blacks? Asians? Hispanics? Are you serious? You think I walk around caring what some Hispanic think about me? Or some white dude? Or some Asian? Cause I'm gonna be honest with you, or even some coon ass nigga. You don't want I'm telling you, you don't want to have that debate with me. And like I said, Stephen A. Smith, like I said, man, if I see dude again, I'm telling you, I ain't even gonna say nothing. All I'm gonna say is, if I see dude again, we gonna have a conversation. And this time, let's just hope he don't run off like he did the last time. Oh, black people mess it up for see, it's just like what Chris Rock say. Sometimes black people mess it up for other black people. What did he mess up? A award show that's been known for ostracizing black people? How many black men then won best actor in the history of the 90 plus year of the Academy? What, 5, 6? Let me see. Sidney Poitier. What, Forrest Whitaker. Jamie Foxx. Will Smith. Denzel Washington. Anybody else? Anybody else I can think of? Anybody else? What? Now, how many and how many black women have won Best Actress? What? Halle Berry? And let's talk about what Halle Berry won Best Actress for. Basically, she won Best Actress for being a bad wench that fell in love with a white supremacist that took her husband to be executed. So there you have it. That's what she won an Oscar for. That's what she won an Oscar for. And then when you look at the what okay, Forrest Whitaker, okay, that's fine. Jamie Foxx, you know what I'm saying? Ray, that's fine. I never saw Lilies in the Field with Sidney Poitier. But Denzel Washington probably was the worst insulting Oscar that I ever saw in my life. He won an Oscar for playing basically a rogue coon cop. That Oscar that they gave Denzel Washington for Training Day was insulting. And deep down inside, people know it. So I'm just saying. How do we? So that's all I'm saying, man. That's laughable. That I'm gonna tell you something else. I'm gonna tell you something else. I'm gonna keep it 100. If King Richard had did better at the box office, I don't even think Will Smith would have won. But due to the fact that King Richard was a box office flop, it was a box office flop. They was like, well, nobody really seen the movie, so we'll just give him the Oscar. Because keep in mind, in November, pretty much all the movie theaters were operating at full capacity. They didn't even have to put that on HBO Max. I understood Mortal Kombat and all that stuff because it was still early, all that kind of stuff. That movie came out in November. You know, so Warner Brothers could have did a full theater run. And another thing, even when it did come out at the theater, nobody went to see it. Mortal Kombat was on a streaming service and it was at the theaters, and it still brought in more money opening weekend than King Richard did. King Richard brought in five, and keep in mind, movie theaters in March still wasn't operating at full capacity for the most part. Still had limited seat. Mortal Kombat brought in $20 million opening weekend. Theaters in November were at full capacity. And nobody went to see that movie. That movie brought in $5 million opening weekend. And that's why I went off on the black community. Because at the end of the day, y'all ask these movies to get made and you don't go see them. Nobody don't want it. Nobody don't want to hear the truth. Like I said before, to see all these Negroes turn on this dude, cuddling Chris Rock like he's some battered woman. Chris Rock is like 5'11", 6 feet. Will Smith is 6'2". They making it. That's another. They making it look like Chris Rock is like Prince size. He wasn't that much. Now Will Smith was bigger than him, but I done seen some skinny dudes put hands on dudes Will Smith size. That's the same size as Chris Rock. Maybe Chris Rock need to go take up boxing. And then you got white people somehow, some way trying to make this about them. Amy Schumer sitting up there saying she was traumatized. Bitch, please. Traumatized about what? A slap? Are you serious? You had all these hypocrites sitting up talking. Alec Baldwin. Alec Baldwin ain't in no position to talk about nobody when he sat up there and shot 2 people and killed somebody. And he's sitting up talking about somebody. Chris Rock is still breathing. And then Chris Rock price gouged his ticket sales. His ticket sales went from like a couple of hundred to where he was selling tickets for like $6,000 a piece. So actually he capitalized off of this. Man, traumatized by what? And see, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Talking to Grubbin, that's my homie, man. Subscribe to his channel. He got good content. And me and him gonna be working together going into the next NFL season. So look for that. She was traumatized. I'm like, what were you traumatized about? Seeing the slap? Ain't one, and see, that's what I'm saying. You was traumatized, so you having nightmares about Chris Rock getting slapped. And see, this is what I'm saying. But I thought these dudes are supposed to be from the streets and they grew up in these tough cities that saw all this. Man, first of all, I laughed when I first. But here go the thing. I'm at work and I knew something bad had happened. I knew Will Smith had won the Oscar, but then I knew something was bad. I knew something had happened because when you know what I'm saying, you get a funny feeling, and I'm like, because I'm getting all these texts like, oh man, you heard what happened with Will Smith, and then lo and behold, I get the video. Because I just knew he had won the Oscar. That's why I did my video celebrating him winning the Oscar, and I'm still celebrating him winning the Oscar. Then you heard about the slap. But then I heard what led up to the slap. Like I said, this is what you call putting 2 on the 10. That's an old saying. That's an OG saying. And that's what everybody is doing. You seeing the racism towards Will Smith. You seeing the hatred. And you seeing the jealousy. Like I said, a lot of these people was just jealous. And then you got everybody coming out on Twitter. And then of all people, you got Eminem's white ass talking about, oh, Will Smith a bitch. The only bitch is you. You talked about Eminem, the same Marshall Mathers that made a whole song calling black women stupid, calling them dumb. You trying to say something about Will Smith? But you sure ain't never tried to fight Will Smith because Will Smith will beat your white ass. I mean, this dude made songs. This dude had songs calling black people the N-word with the ER. Yeah, yeah, man, it's it's overkill, LB. It's just like it's overkill, man. Just stop it, bro. Just stop it. And I promise you this is just real talk. Had this been the Source Awards or the BET Awards, nobody would have gave a rat's ass about it. They would have been laughing. But because he did it at the so-called prestigious Oscars, which by the way had terrible ratings, and I'm tired of hearing this thing about, well, you know, Will Packer put on the show and well, maybe Will Packer should have said no. Because at the end of the day, oh, so we supposed to care about Will Packer, you know, putting together like the shows and stuff and the performances and all that kind of stuff. And how many times have they used black people before that? All that happened with Will Packer. He was just a token. It was a token move. It was because they was getting ridiculed about how they was treating black actors and black artists. So I ain't trying to hear that. I can give a damn about Will Packer. Not that I got anything against the brother. I don't got nothing against him. But I'm just saying, and that's another angle that black people trying to use, or white people. Since when have you cared about black people? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Since when have you cared about black people performing on the Oscars or putting together the shows and stuff, the performances and all that stuff? Like you care. So you could just save that. You could just save that stuff. Like I said, this week really been a learning experience for me, a learning curve. Like I said, my point was proven. If you a black man, you do something wrong, it don't matter how many times you apologize. They try to pounce on you. They try to bring you to your knees. And then you got some of these game goofy, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you something else. I've been trying to tell black people for the longest that we don't have no allies. Cause I'm looking at and I'm just and I trolled a couple of channels, but I saw a lot of Hispanics sitting up there talking shit about Will Smith, acting like, hey, we're all minority brothers and all this stuff. And at the end of the day, they should understand is you know what I'm saying? But they sitting up talking like white people because they really want to be white people. Same thing with the Asians. I've been telling black people we do not have no allies. Stop thinking that shit because it's a myth. It is a damn myth. And then you got people saying, well, anybody that sides with Will Smith, that says a lot about them. No, it just says a lot about you. And then you have people saying, oh, I agree with Stephen A. Smith. I just want to say this to you white motherfuckers and you non-black motherfuckers and you Asian motherfuckers and you black motherfuckers and you Hispanic motherfuckers. We don't care what you think about us. I know I don't. I'm telling you, I don't go to bed. Oh man, I hope white people ain't mad at me. I hope white people ain't mad at me. I hope Asian people ain't mad at me. I hope I didn't make myself look bad to Asian people, like I said, like somebody care what you think. Just real talk. I wanted to see was this gonna quickly get swept under the rug, but nah, they not letting it live down. Wanda Dykes. I mean, excuse me, Wanda Sykes. I was traumatized. Traumatized by what? What in the hell was you traumatized by? Stop it. Stop it. But like I said before, Will Smith, in the words of Mobb Deep, you find out who your true people is when you upstate bleeding. And Will Smith then found out who his true people is. He didn't seen who his true friends is. He didn't seen that people was waiting for this to happen. But this, like I said, this is what they do. This is what they do. Look what they did to Nate Parker. And look what they did to anybody that was in that movie. Arnie Hammer's career like sunk into the ground when they found out he was in that movie. Look what they did to Nate Parker. Went up there and dug up some old case that he beat in front of an all-white jury because they were so spooked about that movie. But this is what they do. You know, that's what they do. I've been really like I said, man, I've really been mad about this whole Will Smith thing. You know, I had to check. And see, this is another thing that I want to talk about to black people. We gotta stop, like I said, I told you we gotta go back to checking people. Cause I had to check some dude, and like I said, I had to check him, I had to shut him down. He wasn't disrespectful about it. He wasn't disrespectful. We was having a conversation. We had a conversation, we had a debate, and it was a good debate. But he happened to be non-black, and he tried to bring up, well, by them being two African American men, this kind of reflect. I said, I'll shut him down. I said, hold on. That don't got nothing to do with me. That's just them two dudes. This has nothing to do with black people. And we got to stop letting people say that. We got to stop letting mixed company feel like they comfortable enough to say that, especially these non-blacks, because they ain't our allies. They ain't in our family. It's just really us. And that's the honest to God truth. All this baloney about toxic masculinity and stuff. No, they just want you to have that slave master mentality. They want you to have that slave mentality. You're not supposed to say nothing. Turn the other cheek. Pray for thy enemy. Let God fight your battles. That's the funny part. We the only ones that is told to. We the only ones that exercise that. While we sitting up here praying, people are sitting up here slaying. You catch my drift? While we sitting up praying, we getting slayed, we getting ridiculed. See, I just gave y'all some lines. Just gave y'all a catchphrase. Like I said, once again, while we sitting up praying, they sitting up slaying. Do you think you think these people be thinking about the Bible when they be going shooting up these schools, shooting up these movie theaters? That's so funny how they try to portray black people as just irrational, you know what I'm saying, heartless savages. Because like I said, I don't see too many stories about black people killing innocent people at movie theaters, grocery stores, churches, car lots, shooting up Social Security offices. It's funny when you find out it's a white person that just shot up a school, a grocery store, or some kind of establishment. Oh, they try to make him a sympathetic figure. Oh, well, he suffered from mental anguish and he went through some things when he was little. Black person did it, when he was 5 years old. When he was 5 years old, he took a pack of Annihilators from the local liquor store and he forgot to pay for it. Do you know that 10 cents hurt the person who owned the store at the time? That's what they do. That's what they do. I'm talking about they will go I'm talking about they would. I'm serious. Let a black person do the DC, like what happened with DC Sniper. When he was 3 years old. When he was 3 years old, and his mother took him to the ice cream parlor, took him to Baskin Robbins when they told him that they was out of butter pecan. He threw a temper tantrum and started screaming and crying, and that was a tell sign then that this was gonna happen. That's what they do to us. Well, you know, you know, you know, Jimmy McCarran. This the white kid. Jimmy McCarran. He just, he went through it. His father left. His father left the house. At a young age, or his father died, and he just went through some stuff. Didn't y'all see that with Kyle Rittenhouse? They went out of his way to try. They went out of his way to help him. The court went beyond the call of duty to make sure he walked. They portrayed him as this kid that just wanted to do right and just protect property that didn't belong to him, even though he went across state with a gun he wasn't supposed to have, got into a shootout, took out two people, shot one, or whatever the case may be. But they made him a sympathetic figure. But then Trayvon Martin, who was unarmed, was made to look like he was the worst thing. He was the worst person on the face of the earth. But then again, y'all black people want to be around these people so bad. Y'all want to defend these people so bad. Corey Porter, get your ass up out of here. Real talk. Well, Jada should have said something. And I don't even and that looked like that was edited and put together, because I seen BBC, which that mean that's the British Oscars. So I don't even think that was the same location. And if so, so what? So don't come on here, bro, with that bullshit. You got the wrong dude, man. You got the wrong dude. You got the wrong dude. You got the wrong dude, cornball. So what you caping for, white bitch? Yeah, that's what I thought. You caping for her? You like some of that vanilla? You want some of that vanilla pudding, bitch boy? Yeah, shut your ass up. Get your ass up out of here, punk. Get your ass out of here, punk. You know what I'm saying? This the no coon zone today. For real. Get your ass up out of here, bitch boy. Yeah, he actually, like I said, Will Smith helped Chris Rock make a ton of money. So like I said, he should be sending Will Smith 10%. You selling tickets for $6,000? Who would pay $6,000 to see Chris Rock? Well, there you go. There you go. But this is what I'm saying. But this is what they do. This is what they do. They always change the narrative for us. And then you got these goofy dudes trying to dissect this. Like I said, man, at the end of the day, they gonna make Will Smith go on a full-fledged apology tour. They gonna put him on a six-city coon tour. So, and it's up to Will Smith. But at the end of the day, I understand he didn't work hard to get where he is. So I understand if he have to coon for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I get it. I'm not gonna come down on him too hard, because we understand what got to be done. Because y'all already know in Hollywood, when you don't work, you know what I'm saying, when you don't have your own stuff and you depend on them, at the end of the day, every once in a while, you have to do it. I've said this on several occasions. You cannot be 100% super militant pro-black and work in that industry. You just can't. It's impossible. So we cannot expect people. So that's what I'm saying. And that's why I started to fall back on people like that. I can't expect people to talk the way I talk. But at the same time, you don't have to be Terry Crews. You don't have to be that. You don't have to be Terry Crews. You don't have to be that dude. You don't have to be like Terry. Man, I mean, you don't have to butter biscuit it up. But at the same time, you just got to tell the truth about these things. You can't sit like for real. You can't be in that type of industry and try to be like for real. You can't be H. Rap Brown. It may be in you. You want to say that stuff, but at the end of the day, you just have to fall back. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather you to a certain degree be the dude that say nothing and do stuff behind the scenes than you sit up there and just go out of your way to throw another person that look like you under the bus for so-called props and pat on the backs. And I'm just keeping it a buck. I don't need it, don't want it. I don't need I don't need to be told by a white man how good I do something. I don't need white approval. I don't need to I don't need white gratification. Because at the end of the day, I really truly don't give a fuck what they think. I don't go to bed worried about whether white people is upset with me. Because that's the problem. We give them too much power. And that's why I don't respect dudes like Stephen A. Smith. Oh man, black people mess it up for everybody. Black people mess it up for everybody. Now white people gonna be mad at us. Now white people gonna think that, man, motherfuck white people. Like for real. If you a white person that, I'm not saying all white people, but if you a white person that had that mentality, man, fuck you. For real. Motherfuck you. If you judging me as a group, you the problem, not me. That's just real talk. And I mean that. For real. Black people, we shouldn't go to bed at night. Oh man, I hope I don't look bad in front of white people. I hope I don't make white people mad. I hope white people. Come on, man. What's the matter with you, boy? Don't be talking about Mr. Cooper. Mr. Cooper, good white folks. Beans and cornbread. Beans and cornbread. And please. Oh, I mean it. I mean it. Yeah, Miss Divine. You think I go to bed? Oh man. At Costco, I accidentally drop my soda. I dropped my smoothie that I brought. Man, I hope white people don't be mad. I hope white people don't think all black people. Man, I'm gonna have a hard time sleeping tonight. Please. Please. I want you to understand that. Yeah, Shirley. I want you to understand that. Yours by divine right. Remember, Chris Rock made a full feature film making fun of black women. Go watch that movie, Good Hair. Remember when he went into that Asian hair salon and he had what you was supposed to be black hair? Oh, it ain't no value. It ain't no value. It ain't no value to this black hair. Why can't you sell black hair? Then it was some coon chick in there that worked in the store. Oh, nobody don't want to buy that. Nobody don't want to buy that. Like I said, that whole hair weave, that's a totally different story. Like I said, um, I got something special for y'all. I'm just gonna have a panel one day with black women. I'm just gonna host. We gonna do a whole discussion about the whole hair weave, wig, blonde hair, dreads, short hair. We gonna have a discussion, and I'm gonna just let black women have that discussion because at the end of the day, I ain't got no goddamn hair weave. I ain't got no goddamn wig. I do got short hair though. I'm rocking the bald head, so I'm finna go see Morbius, later on today. So, oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, Shirley. That's what I'm saying. Chris Rock got a history of degrading and demeaning black people, and that's why they like him so much because he probably be telling them, "Well, I'm gonna make some jokes. I'm gonna make some jokes about black people. I'm gonna make some jokes. I love black people, but I can't stand niggas." Boy, I wish he wouldn't have said that. I want you to go to YouTube and look up that skit because that's on here, and you'll see every white trash or non-black saying, "Yeah, that's true. That's true. I like black people. I just don't like niggers." Mm. Well, here's the hmm. And you should have seen my reply to that. You should have seen my reply to that. I can't stand. I love black people. And it's just certain things you just don't say on stage. Just certain things you just don't say. And I felt to a certain degree, Chris Rock and other comedians have sold our culture short, and they have sold our culture out. Like I said, this man loved demeaning his own people. And I'm glad his last movie Spiral flopped. Well, it was based off the budget, it would be considered a success. Well, Will Smith will be fine. And I could tell you this. Will Smith got $400 million to play with. So if Will Smith never does another film again, he'll be fine. And Will Smith probably on paper it says he's worth between 350 to $400 million. He probably worth more. That's just on paper because I'm pretty sure he got a lot of investments. I'm pretty sure he owns stuff. He probably worth more than that. But I just want black women who understand they're telling us as men we're not allowed to defend y'all. If somebody disrespect y'all, even another black man, we supposed to just sit up there and allow it just because they tell jokes. But that's always been the mentality. We're never supposed to like I said, and this is why we don't have the respect that we should have. This is why we are the least respected people on the planet. And that's just real talk. Back in the day, France, other places, if two men got into it, if a man disrespected another person's wife, his significant other, they would get into a duel. Sometimes it would be with swords, sometimes it would be with guns, sometimes it would be with knives. I challenge you to a duel. You disrespected my and the funny thing is the man would take the glove. This is true. The man would take the glove and he would slap him on both sides of the cheek. That's true. I challenge you to a duel. And he was honored for doing that. But not black man. We ain't we ain't posed to defend our women. I want to tell you guys a story right quick. Now, as far as Jada Pinkett go, that's totally different. That's totally different scenario. She's a totally different video, which we gonna have a discussion, and we gonna have a discussion about Jada Pinkett Smith because I think she's toxic, and I have to say this, and I think she's poison because remember I've said this in several videos. Sometimes the person laying next to you is your real enemy. I done seen women that was married to men that was jealous of them and didn't want them to prosper. I done seen women who didn't want their man to prosper. That's a totally different video. I'm gonna just, once again, that's something that I'm gonna bring black women on, and we gonna have a discussion about Jada Pinkett Smith. I think to a certain degree, and I will go on record to say this. I think to a certain degree, I'm gonna say this, and this isn't a knock on black women or none. I think Jada Pinkett Smith is secretly jealous of Will Smith, and I think she secretly don't want him to succeed. I think she is secretly jealous of him because Will Smith is that guy. Whenever he walks into until this happened, whenever he did a red carpet event and he got everybody, you know what I'm saying? Everybody, he would light up the room. Jada Pinkett's movie career, her TV career didn't turn out to be what people thought it would be. I'm just saying. Just saying. I'm just saying. I really believe that. Now it's gonna be some black women that's gonna say, "Oh, that's not." Nah, I believe that. I believe to a certain degree, whether we like it or not, whether we know what really happened between them. I believe that I Turner to a certain degree. I believe that he was jealous of Tina Turner. I just see that. You know how somebody stay with you and wishing for your downfall? Because I still say this. Jada Pinkett should have grabbed him. She should have said, "You know what, Will, don't do it." She should have grabbed him. Because if all this was gonna jump off, even though he defended her and that's cool, maybe she should have just said, "You know what, baby?" She should have said, "Let's walk up there together and tell Chris Rock what's going on." Now, everybody, once again, nobody cares about her being, her condition. And then you got people sitting up there saying, "Oh, it's a lighthearted joke." Well, based off what? And then, like I said, you got all these hypocrites. Steve Harvey talking about he defended his woman, but Will Smith can't defend his. Like I said, whether we like it or not, they are Mrs. and Mrs. Smith. And I ain't talking about Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. I go on record saying that I believe Jada Pinkett Smith is jealous of Will Smith. I've been saying that. I said that behind the scenes. I'm going on record to say that I believe that she's jealous of him. I mean, why can't we be honest? Why can't we be honest about this situation? And like I said, it don't have nothing to do with her. This isn't a black women are jealous of black men. No, this particular black woman is jealous of this black man. And then that statement she gave, I was like, what? Hey, what's up? Like I said, the man just said he was sorry, and people won't shut the fuck up about it. But I want to tell you this story before I end this stream. This is real important. When I was as you guys know, I do media. You guys know that I cover fights. I cover fights. I was in New York City. This was Crawford versus the Mean Machine. So, me and my girl, we catch the last subway train because I got an Airbnb in Newark, New Jersey. Okay. So, and I want to explain to you about disrespect. And I understand what it's like to be disrespected and then feel like you have to defend your woman. Disrespected as, and then people saying it's about Will Smith's ego. Well, that could be true, but at the same time, you don't have to be disrespected and you don't have to take disrespect. But as we caught that last train from Madison Square Garden from Penn Station to New Jersey. So we getting off the train. So this pale face, melonless mutant, cracker gonna sit up there and tell my girl that she had a big butt and said that, man, your girl got a nice butt. And I looked at this hunky McGee like, what did you just say? Oh, I'm just giving her a compliment. And I look at this dude like, hey man, this is my girl. Dude, you finna get slumped. So let me tell you, my girl, she grabs me. She said, come on, let's go. She said, this dude probably a cop. And I could tell dude was drunk. She said he probably a cop or he's something else. And she said that I'm not finna go to jail in no New Jersey because you know what I'm saying? I gotta get back to Philly. She said, I know that dude. She said, she said, don't even worry about it. And she said, I appreciate you trying to defend my honor. She was like, but fuck that dude. She wouldn't let me go over there because I'm finna like stretch this dude. I'm finna stretch this dude. He literally, this white motherfucker literally sat up there and disrespected me as a man and disrespected my girl, talking about how big her butt was and stuff. So you didn't disrespected her, you didn't disrespected me. So I understand where Will Smith is coming from. Cause like I said, I was finna stretch that dude. And she said, come on, let's go. And I never told y'all that. But I'm telling y'all now. So that's why I understand what Will Smith is going through. And that's why I'm trying to tell you niggas that's sitting up here caping for Chris Rock. If you ain't never been with somebody or been through that situation, like I said, at the end of the day, that just says a lot about you. That says a lot about your character. You on that Nino Brown shit. You the type of dude, if some shit jump off, you the type of dude that'll put the woman in front of you so she can get shot. So like I said before, I never told nobody that. Oh, out of all people, it's bad enough for anybody to do that, but a white man to do that, test me, and then talking about I was giving her a compliment, but like for real, dude, you don't say no shit. Like I said before, and I know exactly what I was gonna do too. I know exactly what I was gonna do to him too. She said, let's go. She said that dude probably a cop or something. And maybe he was. Who knows? But he wouldn't have got a chance to, like, if he did have a piece on him, he wouldn't have got a chance to grab that piece because he wouldn't have, but that's what I'm saying. So while Will Smith went up there to defend his wife, Jada could have stopped him. She stopped me. But anyway, appreciate y'all listening, man. I'll be back with more. I had a Morbius debut and review later on. Thank you. Appreciate it.